Executive Officer's log. We are en route to the rogue planetoid to disable the robotic threat that is hidden within it. Assisting us in our mission are science teams led by Ministers Barquay and Kurgum. Eric has made it so that quantum entangled transmission should be unable to penetrate the ship. Olos has modified the deflector dish to emit a quantum disruption wave, which should cripple the robot's programming. He's also the ship to fire a massive EM pulse, which should fry any non-heavily shielded electrical and computer systems on the planetoid. We should be there in 18 hours. Let's hope our preparations are enough. End log.
All right, and so we will start on the bridge.
I'm listening to the song I made. So, as I said, I do songs from time to time in my spare time. It's been once since I made one, but I thought I might as well.
The time. Game time. Okay, wait.
Oh.
Yeah, we're live, so let's
I'm sad to see this go, but I know it's not
time.
the end.
Wait till the end where we're actually playing now and streaming.
Okay, I will.
If you don't mind, thanks.
Yep.
Okay, so yeah, you've got 18 hours. If there is anything anybody wants or needs to do before you reach the planetoid, or rather effective range of the planetoid for either of your options. You have Merrick is using the subspace communication array to cause a quantum disruption that should keep communications from penetrating the ship from the planetoid, or from the ship, the captured drones you have from going outside. Olos has rigged two possible weapons, both using the main deflector dish. One will basically disentangle the quantum entangled communications of the droids, leaving them reliant only on their onboard programming. And then the second one, which is a massively powerful EM pulse that should fry any non-heavily shielded systems, and it is powerful enough, if you do it from the right range, to encompass the entire planetoid. But it is going to fry some systems on the ship and put the main deflector array out of commission for a greater, longer period of time once you fired it. And I think that catches things up.
All right, so are we en route to the rogue planet, or we still need to give that order?
You're en route. You're 18 hours out.
I'm gonna be in my ready room, and actually, I would like a scene with the commander.
Okay, you guys take it away.
I'll push the comm button. XO, can I see you in my ready room, please?
Right away, Captain. So underneath. And he chimes the door.
Come on in.
Wish to see me, Captain?
Have a seat, Commander. And I'll motion one of the chairs. Is everything prepared with the beam?
As best we can be, sir.
Is engineering started preparing for the eventual damage to our systems?
Have departments at ready stations. They should be ready in the case the worst happens.
XO, you have dealt with these robots personally on the planet. Is there any reason you think that a diplomatic solution is within our grasp, or do you feel this is our only option?
Unless we can get to the center computer without them deeming us a threat, no, there's no way to communicate with them.
What do we know about this central computer?
Absolutely nothing. We've only interacted with the robots themselves. We're only assuming that there's a central computer. They could all function off of one wavelength, and there isn't any. It isn't a central computer. It could be moved between different areas of the planet. We just don't know.
And all attempts to communicate with them have been fraught with either violence or silence, correct?
Any attempt to communicate with them have been met with them ignoring us, endeavoring to remove them from any situation that they are currently endeavoring upon, results in combat robots being summoned to their position.
And he'll just kind of lean on his desk, kind of put his head in his hands. Then I think the plan that we've come up with is really our only recourse here.
That's the only way that the scenario can go. There's no way of knowing what path we would need to take in order to disable them from any other situation. We have to fry them.
And we're still not receiving any communications from them, correct?
They have not attempted to communicate with us. Anything they have done to us has been either to disable or kill anybody on board the ship.
Then I think our path is clear. If there's any doubts that you have, Commander, now would be the time to voice them.
In my interaction with them, I have no doubts that this is the correct course of action.
Very well. We have 18 hours to ensure that we are ready on this end, Commander. Let's make sure we are totally ready for what may happen.
Very well, sir.
Get with engineering, get with securities, have them start running drills. Try to lay out some scenarios so we can be ready.
I will give them all information that we've had on our dealings with them previously, with our last two combat scenarios.
And make sure everyone that's rated to use a phaser is issued one, Commander, just in case we get any more surprises aboard the ship.
Very well. I also recommend having security teams with phase rifles on every deck in the eventuality that they do appear on the ship.
Do we have phase rifles? I don't know if that's a thing in this era.
They're pulse rifles, I think.
Oh, pulse rifles.
Similar technology to the pistols, but
yeah, they're basically stun or kill. Yeah, same basic deal. But yeah, you definitely have rifles of some description.
Make every necessary arrangement, Commander. I intend that at the end of this, the ship sees it through.
everything is taken care of so that the ship goes back to Earth in one piece.
Let's make it happen, Commander.
Well, sir, then I will get right on that.
And the captain will just go back to his computer and start looking at more info.
All right. Does anybody have anything else they want to do before you pretty much reach the planet, Toyd?
Guess we'll just check to see how all the patients are doing.
Everyone's doing very well. The sick bay is kind of cleared out over your time in orbit around the Seven Systems Alliance star. There are a couple people who are needing longer term, but I mean they're going to be fine. They're just rest and observation. So everything is copacetic in the medical bay. All right. If nobody has anything else, I'll kind of speed up time till.
Yeah, no, the captain pretty much did everything I was thinking about doing.
Okay. Yeah, and you managed to take care of those arrangements, no problem. So I'll kind of speed up time until you're about to drop out of orbit, or coming out to where you're going to drop out of warp at the.
Oh, we don't drop out of orbit.
Planetoid. Yeah, my mistake. So, Captain, do you want to be on the bridge for your arrival, or?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Well, we'll also be on the bridge.
Yep. So yeah, you're just a few minutes out when, and the ministers who are traveling with you come up the bridge for this too. Minister Barclay says, "What is your plan of action, Commander?" Captain.
Everyone's getting demoted today, it seems.
Sorry.
I mean, it's the commander. The
You've been turned to commander. I have now been made captain. In my chair.
Once we're within range of the rogue planetoid, we plan on sending out a pulse from our deflector array, which should be enough to neutralize the components on that planet, rendering them inept.
This is the electromagnetic pulse we spoke of earlier.
Yes.
Do you have any concerns about its effect on potential life support on the planetoid?
As far as I know, there's no life signs on the planetoid, Ambassador.
Maybe we should scan for life signs.
The exception of the robots, there is no life on the planet. It is a barren rock of ice.
Yeah.
Is there any reason you believe there to be life on the planet?
I don't have any more information than you do, Captain, but as we discussed when talking about our Seven Sons half-millennial propensity to instigate a similar pulse, one of the precautions we are taking first is to harden all orbital systems life supports, because as with any other such system, they too are vulnerable to such a pulse.
On board the ship, we have taken precautions to ensure that we don't lose critical systems.
Understood, Captain. And of course, our primary concern, and this is Kurgum talking, our primary concern is to divert this planetoid from its course towards our inhabited systems.
I mean, why don't we try and lure it somewhere else where we have an ambush waiting?
As far as we know, it is on one set course and does not deviate from it, regardless of what we did previously. We did interact, and they did try to pull us onto the planet, and then once that failed, they ignored us and continued on their way. There's no luring them. There's only disabling, forcibly pushing it out of the way of their systems.
Kurgum, who of course is the security minister, is from all of your reports, every action with them has been hostile in the extreme. Our government considers this to be a potential invasion effort, whether they are part of our mythical overseers or not. And he kind of nods at Barkwai, while I understand the minister's concerns, it is my view that our primary concern at this point is the protection and defense of our own systems. But of course, Barkwai says, the final decision on how to approach this planet, this matter, has been left in your hands, Captain. You have our support, whatever your decision.
I think we will continue with our plan as laid out. However, Commander Harrison, I believe one final scan of the planetoid system is in order when we arrive, just in case we miss something.
Very well. I'll conduct it as soon as we're within range.
And Ensign Daly pipes up, "Coming out of warp, sir."
And I'll nod at the ensign.
And the ship comes out of warp.
Ensign, move us within range. Commander Olos, you're prepared with the pulse. Commander Harrison, let's get those scans.
Oh, it was that.
All right,
Or
so
it's just me when I'm pushing buttons on a console.
beep, boop, boop. So Harrison, give me reason science. What exactly are you looking for? Are you looking for anything specific?
Anything other than what we know to be on the planet.
Okay.
Excluding robotic signatures or the various minerals that we already know that makes up the planet's atmosphere and Earth's composition.
So I'll remind you, on your previous scans, you did not detect anything on the surface or whatsoever, but later you had visual confirmation of some sort of underground complex when the robots drug the disassembled shuttle pieces into hatches that opened up on the surface.
I have to try a bit deeper for a scan.
Okay. So in that case, give me reason science difficulty 3, complication range 2, assisted by the ship's sensor science.
What could I assist?
Not really, since this is coming from the science officer's console.
It's a small area, and it's really the things that I need to use to scan are right in front of me.
Mhm.
So there's nothing really you can do to assist with it.
Yeah, that's fine.
So diff 3, complication range 2, assisted by ship's sensor science, and yours is reason science.
Sensor operations as a focus.
Definitely.
And I am going to give you 3 threat for 4 die.
Yay!
In order to make some momentum.
You rolled
Did not roll. Did not roll right. And the sheet's buggered again. Yay.
Of course.
Roll 20 being difficult. It was laggy last night.
It's being difficult. No, but it literally just rolled 2 die instead of the 4 I selected.
Well, roll 2 more since. You've got it at this point.
There you go.
Okay, so it looks
Momentum.
to me like 3 momentum gained. Whoever wants to track the cruise
I got
momentum.
it.
Merrick's got it. All right. And
What's my
no
goal to get
whammies.
more momentum?
Right.
Okay. Now we wait.
Yeah, so.
And we wait.
And while he's scanning, I'll turn to Merrick. Any communication signatures coming from the planet, Lieutenant?
GM.
Merrick, give me What kind of communications are you looking for? Like internal, plan like something happening between things on the planetoid, or external, like planetoid trying to contact something else?
Planetoid.
Okay,
Yes,
so
with the
give me control engineering diff 2, complication range 2, assisted by ship's communications engineering.
subspace communications for focus.
Yes.
Take a threat.
What was the ship?
The
Comms engineering.
yes, thank you. All right, forgive my misspellings. There you go, science officer. What do we got here? Looks like 3 more momentum. Yeah, okay. Or two more momentum, yeah. All right, let's go with... There's Merrick.
So my mic's on mute. Captain, my scans show a large subterranean complex. I can't get further scans because it appears to be shielded.
Captain, it is difficult to detect this, but there is both evidence of subspace and quantum communications on and below the surface of the planet.
Anything you could pick up on?
For a momentum, GM.
So what are you trying to do?
I just see if I hear the robotic or alien language.
Oh, to tap into the communication systems?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, for a momentum.
It's going to take me a while, Captain. It appears that what I'm hearing is a very complex mechanical code. It'll take me a while to decipher this language.
Our security is not here still, right?
No, looks like Grennan's having troubles, but I do have you do have a supporting character Go back to the bridge. Yeah, Ellison is at the security station.
Chief Ellison, do you believe that they have spotted us, or have they reacted to our presence here in any way?
Somebody wants to grab Ellison. For that, you can give me control security, difficulty. Let's do difficulty 2, complication range 2, assisted by the ship's sensor security.
What should we add? Because what's activation this round?
What was that, Sorrel?
Isn't this? Can we add something to this the first activation this session of this character?
Yeah, and I do believe he's been activated before. If you flip over to the second side of the sheet under the notes, should say when he's been activated. Whatever you add, be sure and note it down.
Yeah,
although considering this is the last game, I guess it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, it hasn't. Nothing's been written down before, actually.
Okay, so this may be his first activation. Let me see him. Yep, this is his first activation, so I don't think... Well, no, it can't be his first activation because he already has bold.
Yeah.
We have used him before, so.
Yeah, okay. So this is at least his third activation. I guess he just hadn't been getting knocked down. So yeah, you can add something.
What should we add? What should we add then?
Brennan has appeared.
Ah. So yes, before Osborne wanders onto the bridge for the start of his shift, yeah, do Ellison's roll. It's up to you guys what you add. He's already got bold security.
Just add like an attribute or discipline score into something relevant. With this being the last week, it really doesn't matter what we add.
True.
That's true.
Let's just do security up to 5.
Not sure we could bring a support up to 5.
Yeah.
Can we?
Yeah, you can.
Yep.
Okay.
Just only one. You can only add 1 point 1 time to. Yeah.
Cool.
Oh, thank God.
So yeah, it's he's going to be control security, difficulty 2, complication 2, assisted by the ship's sensor security.
Oh, do we have security?
Yeah, since we were already in the middle of the roll when you popped in, so it's Ellison's going to make the roll.
Okay.
And then we'll bring you in.
When threats get the extra dice.
Threat for an extra dice, okay. So you're capped with momentum, and just need the ship. Oh, I think was that already rolled? No, that was for the communications roll. Ship is sensor security.
Like both was rolling it. They just went okay.
Okay. Somebody wants to do a quick ship roll for me.
Sensor security.
Don't forget the complication range should be at 2. All right. So one float. Yep. 2. There you go, Zoral. And then we'll make a shift change.
The planetoid does not appear to have reacted to our presence. Captain, the planetoid has not seemed to have reacted to our presence, but we are still at extreme, but we are still at extreme range.
How close do we need to be to use the pulse, Commander Olus?
I got you something coming, Ollis. I just have to. You've changed your real name on Discord.
Oh, my bad.
That's okay.
I mean, I just always go for the right click on their name and then just
Yeah, that's
message
true.
it.
But I don't know. I guess I've
It's
been doing
easier than scrolling
It's
through.
just the force of habit.
it. Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
I do it the other way because it's a lot easier than scrolling through the list to find someone.
9 times out of 10, they're at the top of the list for your direct messages or near the top, depending on when you boss message them.
Well, he also plays in 3 games, so.
Yeah, it is. It's just total force of habit with me. I don't know.
I have like 20 of us, so gosh, okay.
The farther away we are from the planetoid, the more area we're going to affect. But being closer gives us the benefit of being more precise and having a more focused beam. I would suggest being as close as possible to get what we need to do done.
And everything's repaired on your end, Commander?
Ship's tip-top shape, so she's ready to fry.
All right, we'll give Lieutenant Merrick one opportunity to see if we can communicate with them at all. If Lieutenant Merrick is unable, or if they are hostile in their answer, we'll do the pulse.
I would say we should probably leave the pause blast and try and just interrupt the communication. For us.
Endeavoring to see if they respond negatively to us, if we can't open a line of dialogue.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
then,
I'm giving them one more opportunity for a diplomatic approach. And
yeah, and then instead of just automatically going to the pause, trying to disrupt the communication, because the pause will leave our ship defenseless.
Not necessarily.
For the most.
It will also render them unable to affect our ship in orbit.
So what are you guys doing?
I'm waiting to hear from Merrick if she is able to open up a line of communication with them. Depending on Merrick's answer, is if I give the order or not.
Okay, Merrick, to translate the language is going to be an extended task, which will take some time. And then the captain has ordered you to try and open communications with them.
Okay.
And you can open your basic hailing frequencies and then start working on the task if you want. But it will take a little time.
It's going to take some time to get this completed, Captain, but I will endeavor to.
Captain, may I interject?
Go ahead, Commander.
If we're just trying to catch their attention, we wouldn't need to know what we're saying. We could just find a repeated phrase in their language and send it back to them. It would be enough of an indicator that we know you're saying something for them to take notice of us.
Well, let's give me an insight security roll. I'm sorry, insight engineering. Blah blah. Unassisted by the ship or anything. This is just Olos.
Difficulties?
Difficulty 1. Okay, so you got 2 float if you want to think about making an advantage.
I've got what now?
You're floating.
We have two extra momentum if we wanted to try to create some sort of advantage, or we could use it for questions.
Two questions or one advantage.
But it depends what info it gives you.
Ooh. Do we have enough? Do we have enough of an idea what these basic statements are saying just as an end result? Or is this just completely random, non-uniform messages from anywhere and everywhere?
So are you asking Merrick that?
I was going to use the momentum to know that.
Oh, well, I'm asking because, like, Olos hasn't tapped into the communications. Merrick's been doing that, so she would have, yeah, that would be.
I mean, like, is that a viable thing? Would that idea work if we could just repeat back to them their own language to say, hey, we've picked this up, we know you're there?
Oh, so do we know any phrases that they potentially use
Just
to communicate
something
with
that's
each other?
repeated enough that could be common phrase.
Really haven't been looking too closely at their language or how they're sending out orders. We just know that it's quantum entangled.
Well, let's see if we can learn that.
I think that's the point of the extended task.
Yeah.
Okay, so you want to attempt the extended task then? This is going to be...
I think it's a good idea, all this. Like, if we can learn a little bit of their language.
Let's use the...
Like, if we're only just trying to catch their attention because we have had no contact, they've had no interest in contact.
Right. Yeah, no, I like it. Yes.
I would say we probably then use the true momentum to create an advantage for the extended task.
Oh yeah, I mean that's always an idea if the GM will potentially accept that. Could we create an advantage that maybe we picked up through sensor logs and through their foray on the ship to pick up bits of their quantum entanglement while they're on the ship that we can analyze?
What Merrick has been able to pick up is their subspace communications. Quantum entangled communications, they're really kind of impenetrable because you don't know how the quanta are entangled. So she couldn't. The nature of quantum entangled communications means you can't really hack into those. So she's been able to deal with this large body of subspace, this communications that's been going on.
Realistically, this might be the first time they've actually noticed subspace communications as well as the quantum entangled one.
Yeah, because we have quantum. Why not just use that instead of subspace? Because subspace, unless they're trying to get us to be able to communicate, because otherwise, why?
The problem is with quantum entangled communication is the way that works. You've got two quarks, say, that are spinning and entangled in exactly the same way. And it is pretty much impossible to deduce what that is without destroying that quantum entanglement or having that entanglement there. Now, you guys know how to disrupt that entanglement, but
Exactly.
you can't hack into it and communicate through it. All you can
Exactly.
really do is destroy it.
So
We're
why
already
use?
hold
So
on.
why use?
So let me explain something real quick. We already can disrupt the quantum entanglement.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm asking. What I'm saying is, if they have quantum, why use subspace?
Might
Because
not have
you can-
noticed their subspace communications before. We were very distracted by trying to make sure that they didn't destroy our ship.
But the whole point of trying to translate the language is to gather more information to figure out why they're also using this frequency.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
that's the whole point of this extended task.
Let's get the extended task going
Yep.
before we go further down the rabbit hole.
Okay, so
Just to remind us that they do have our database. So what we need is to read their communications. We can see what they're saying, but they should, in theory, be able to work out what we're saying just fine.
yeah, because Harrison, you'll remember there was that one bot that plugged itself into the computer and was just going through things.
Yeah.
They're just completely uninterested in us until we bother them. They probably
So-
feel like we can't affect them.
So to figure out this subspace communication machine language, diff 4, magnitude 5, work 25, resistance 3, extended task. That's going to be control engineering, assisted by the ship's communications engineering for the universal translator. One person can assist with control engineering.
Sounds
Xeno-
like Olus.
Yeah.
Xenolinguistics for focus.
Yes.
Will you take a determination to spend nothing better than practical experience?
Yes, because you've translated
Actually-
several languages. Oh,
Hold off on that.
okay.
Determination spend.
So what are we gonna use? So did we make advantage or no?
Take a threat. And spend
Let me
2
just-
momentum.
We're past that now.
Yeah, I'm saying did we or did we not?
Doesn't look like it.
Okay.
Reroll
Too
on the
late.
0.
Okay, so looks like you gain 1 momentum back. Roll your challenge dice. Wow.
Nice.
7. So it's 3, spending 1 for piercing. So what was it? 7 dropped to 4, went back up to 6 total work.
Yep, so that is a breakthrough. So you got difficulty 3, magnitude 4, work. I think that was 6, so you'll be down to 19. And resistance is still 3.
No, it's not 6 work. It was 7.
Resistance.
Resistance, and I spent for
We weren't
piercing.
paying attention to how we got to the end point.
Harrison,
Okay, too bad.
Take a threat.
you don't need to jump down the kid's throat, man. You got it.
Alright.
Reroll on the complication.
There's your 3, ship assist and engineer.
Come on, ship.
Ship's not great in this era.
I know the other roll, if it was a TNG ship, definitely made it.
Yeah. There's just a lot of that going on.
Olos, you got an assist roll coming? Okay, should just be 1 dice, but you got it either way. So, looks like you gain 1 momentum. So right now that's 3 work.
One for
Spending
piercing.
1 for piercing.
Okay. That brings it up to 5, which is another breakthrough. Brings it down to diff 2, mag 3, work. It's 19, so yeah, okay.
Question: testing the theory does not come into apply here, right?
Remind me of what exactly testing a theory's.
When you attempt a task using engineering or science, you may roll one additional d20 so long as you succeeded a previous test covering the same scientific or technical field earlier in the same adventure.
I don't see why it wouldn't apply.
Yeah, because you've done something similar before.
Yeah, I mean you're using engineering, and it's pretty much the same task, deciphering this language. So I'll allow it. I'll allow it. So now it's looking like difficulty 2, magnitude 3, work 14, resistance 3.
Take a threat, or no, yeah, a threat and spending one momentum.
All right.
Oh dear God. I'm going to spend my determination on nothing better than practical experience to reroll 3.
Okay. You also, I mean, you're down to only needing 2 if you just wanted to save the
I'm
determination.
trying to
and
get
try.
momentum.
Fair. Just want to get. I will take the determination spend.
Now I'm going to reroll a 0.
All right. Now the ship and the engineers assist.
Yep.
There we go, ship.
Yay!
Eventually.
Max momentum.
Okay. So yeah. 3,
7.
5.
That's 7.
And Olos, you didn't have a focus, did you?
Spending momentum to reroll 2.
Okay.
All right.
No, I don't believe I have a focus.
Okay. Worth a shot.
Yeah,
So
then we're
you're at
doing
5 right now without any piercing.
I'm going to spend
Yeah.
1 for piercing.
But we got 5
So
momentum
7?
because there's 2 resistance and we got 7 successes. It's difficulty 2, sorry. Difficulty 2 and we had 7 successes, so we gained 5 momentum. We were at 1, which puts up to 6.
I spent 2 of that already.
Yeah.
Okay.
He spent 1 to reroll, 1 to for piercing.
Take a threat.
So you're now at difficulty 1. Magnitude is down to 2. Work. That was what? You got what? A total of what? 7 there?
7, so should be 7 work left.
No.
7
Yeah,
work.
Yep.
And resistance is still 3. There you go.
Take a threat.
All right, Chip. How about a crit? Oh.
So I'm looking at 4 momentum gained, which gives you 2 float.
You wanted the float to reroll 3.
Okay.
Yep.
So right now you're at 4 work.
Spending 1 float for piercing and then 1 momentum for extra work.
All right.
Should bring that up to a total of 7 work being done, which should get the second breakthrough, complete the work track.
Yep. Okay. And the task has been completed. Let me send you something really quick. if you have any questions about my phrasing or anything on that, make sure it's clear.
Got real
Yes.
quiet.
Yes, exactly, Prax. Or Mikra. Merrick. Ugh.
Captain, after analyzing, it's definitely a very complex and dense machine code. Sending various instructions, as well as downloaded the various tropical data, including technical data of the surroundings. It appears to all be going to some sort of single receiver on the planet. Um,
Could that be
I
where the
believe
central computer is?
I believe this is the robots are running. At least the machines are running on automation of some sort.
And where the signal is originating from is where the commands are coming from.
Uh, this single source receiver, I can attempt to trace, at least figure out where this receiver is at.
I think that's probably a good candidate for where the central computer is.
Go ahead and
Probably
trace it.
narrow you could probably narrow your search for the transceiver to the area around where the shuttle disappeared. There's a large structure around that area.
Try to trace where the signal is coming from. If nothing else, that'll give us a actual point on the planet to target if it comes to that.
Or a place for it to stream down to communicate with them.
I can't recommend going down there in person.
I agree.
I wouldn't either.
I agree, Commander. We will not be setting foot on that planet unless a diplomatic solution is met. So
Okay,
let's try
so
to triangulate the signal.
okay, Merrick. So give me control engineering assisted by the ship's comms engineering Your difficulty is going to be... Difficulty is going to be 3. Complication range is going to actually be... So I have some threat. It's going to be 3 as well.
Subspace communications for focus.
Yes.
Take a threat and spending 2 momentum.
All right.
Rerolling the complication.
What's the ship?
Ship is communications engineer. Communications engineering. The complication range is 3.
Go ship.
Wow. So it looks like 3 momentum gains, which is... You already calculate that in?
Momentum for days.
Yeah.
Appears the source from where the receiver's at is beneath the planetoid surface. Presumably, it's where the shuttle parts of the shuttle were taken to. The area seems to be shielded, so any further triangulation would be impossible. GM.
Hmm?
I would like to spend 2 momentum to create advantage to create an isolated, essentially, system for communications. And I want to attempt to send a signal, essentially, that says hello. See if I can
Okay.
to the receiver.
Sure. I'll let you do that.
Essentially, the advantage is so that way the ship systems can't get compromised if by sending this out.
Right. Okay. So you send the signal.
Use force ground to action a single mission.
So, hostile action.
Captain, we're getting scanned from the planetoid. Whatever Merrick's done has alerted them to our presence.
Tactical alert.
Putting this on tactical alert.
Are they responding with any hostile actions?
They're overwhelming the comm subsystem that I created. with some huge noise. I am attempting to figure out any message from the noise or not.
I'll
Suddenly,
nod to Merrick.
without Osborne doing anything, the red alert sirens cut off, and from every speaker all over the bridge, including your communicators and the various panels, comes this reverberating voice.
I am Falcos.
And the captain will stand up. I am Captain Vogel of the USS Aurora.
You are irrelevant. You will cease activities.
I come with representatives of the Seven Systems Alliance, systems that are under threat due to your course. We hope to seek a peaceful negotiation.
Non sequitur. Planetary systems ahead belong to Kilkin. You are interfering with Kilkin colonization mission Beta 17546. Cease and desist immediately.
And if we don't?
These planetary systems are already colonized by the Seven Systems Alliance.
Negative. Systems colonized by Kilkin.
And who are the Kilkin?
Kilkin are the builders. Kilkin are the masters. You will cease and desist activities or be destroyed.
Are they the ones that built you?
Kilkin are the masters. Opposition will not be tolerated.
Is it possible to communicate with your builders?
I am Thalkos. Opposition will not be tolerated.
Well, that's some rather advanced conversation treeing.
Seems, Captain, our peaceful solution has gone up in smoke, as it were.
I agree.
Perhaps we show that maybe their builders were eliminated. It would seem to indicate from the historical records from the Seven Systems that these Kilkin were destroyed a long time ago.
Is there a cultural reference to this system in your history, ambassadors?
Captain, there's an unknown vessel rounding the planet. It appears to be on an intercept course.
Merrick, send this thing, whatever you have on this Culkin. Ensign, move us into position. Olos, prepare your weapon.
Am I detecting combat music?
The doctor will.
Kevin McLeod, the master.
I will go from standing by the captain to sitting in the nearest seat of the closest seat next to me.
There isn't one next to you. The nearest one would be at the back near the conference table.
So, Merrick, this is the data about the myths and how there was an uprising and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
Show that their builders are gone.
The speakers come live once more.
Opposition will not be tolerated. Rebellion will be crushed.
The rebellion is over.
The system shall be restored to the Kilkin.
The rebellion was thousands of years ago.
The rebellion was crushed. Your masters are no longer here.
They're programmed to believe otherwise, Captain. Our words will mean nothing to them. We'd have to electronically give them proof.
Is it possible to reprogram?
Essentially, give them a paradox.
I'm listening.
Could we possibly reprogram them to believe that the builders are dead?
I don't think reprogram is how we do it. We'd have to
In
give
the
some type
face
of
of
proof.
the face of an alien vessel that is currently hostile and going to destroy us, don't have the time for a reprogram.
Mm.
Have to cut through the interference they might have to their programming, as well as find the right frequency in order to have that program affect them properly.
Can you send over biological data indicating your masters? Perhaps we could find them. But we have no record of your masters surviving.
I say, I have all the data, all the biological data already stored on the ship that I could find.
We're not looking for information about. We're looking for information from them about their masters. What we have would not be sufficient in order for us to get an accurate detail on what they might have.
I went down to the libraries.
Again, this information was from thousands of years ago. We don't have proper information on what.
So on the screen you see two apparently photon torpedo type weapons being fired from the oncoming ship. The range is too long, however, it's a clean miss.
All right, so here are the orders. Ensign Daly, get us into range. Olos, prepare your weapon.
Hang on. Captain, shall I prepare the phase cannons?
Battle stations, Chief.
Aye, Captain.
All right, so you guys get to go first, or next.
So basically I told Daly to get us into range of Olos wants. So this is probably a warp task.
So, are you trying to affect the entire planet? Because that'll depend what you're.
Whatever range Olos told us he needed to go to for optimal deployment of his weapon.
Long range will affect the beam will affect the entire planet. If you want to be more precise or surgical, you need to get in closer to the planet. So it depends on what you're wanting to do.
We have a very large target that we can try for, but we have to get closer in order to pinpoint that specific area. You want a surgical strike.
So
I mean, it's still going to be this massive pulse. I mean, you designed it where from long range you could, if necessary, do the whole planetoid and zap anything on it. It's all your choice, though.
But I would advocate for, because we have more than one shot with the quantum entanglement knockout. For long range, I suggest we give them a pulse of that. See if it can knock out some of their communications. It might slow them down and let us get in closer for a more destructive.
Okay, yeah, that sounds fun. So yeah, we'll go ahead and move into the long range first. To hit the entire planet. And that thing's medium range of the planet, right?
Something I'd suggest doing is after the warp check, maybe swift task and do evasive maneuvers.
Well, I want.
No. Why don't we switch task?
I need this weapon to fire because if it works, we don't have to worry about the ship.
Exactly. I
Exactly.
say warp task and then swift action to fire the weapon.
So we got to move. I'm not sure the ranges here, so it's up to the GM on what movement task we need to take, and then we'll swift task, or if anyone is quick to action, into Olos.
Right.
So yeah, so this will be a daily thing.
Right.
I don't think she has quick to action. Nope.
Yeah, so to move into long range, you can actually do as an impulse action
That sounds good too.
of the planet because it's a pretty big target. So I mean, long
Yeah,
range for a planet is a little bit different than long range for
We
a.
want to have the ship in between and us.
Yep. So somebody wants to grab daily. That's a control con difficulty 0, assisted by engines con, and it costs 1 power.
All right, power's fine. Diff 0. I don't think I need to turn on bold for. Plus, I don't want to give you threats, so I'll just roll her straight up. You said control, right?
Right.
Ah.
That's difficulty 0. You do have 4 momentum still on the board, so you've gained 2.
Let me roll the ship here.
Yeah.
Ship roll.
Don't forget to restore the ship's difficulty. Complication back down to 1.
What?
That's interesting.
Ship roll is what again?
I rolled it, but nothing came up. Let me try it again here.
Okay.
There
So
we
you've
go.
got you gained 2 momentum. You do have a complication on the board.
We'll squash it.
Okay. So yeah, she moves you kind of into here, puts you in long range of the planet. All right. Do you want to keep the initiative or
Yes.
do a swift task?
Yes.
We'll spend 2 to retain the initiative.
Right.
And then I think we'll actually have me go, and I am going to direct Olos to do it.
Okay. The actual firing would be Osborne.
Okay, yeah. Whoever is going to shoot the thing, I'm going to direct them to shoot the thing.
Okay. So that's 2 momentum to keep the initiative. And then Osborne, that's going to be control security. Surprise, surprise.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see.
Then I believe is it presence in command that's assisted by from me?
Yep.
Yeah, you'll assist with a presence command.
Team dynamics for a potential focus.
No, not really. If you've got something like, I don't know, inspiration or composure, maybe. But
Team dynamics is something I've seen other game masters except for direct, because it's all about coordinating your senior staff. Is what team dynamics.
This is more like I'm giving you an order.
See, it's GM to GM, and he said no.
So anyway, the tactical task will be control security, difficulty 2, complication range 2, assisted by the ship's weapons security, also complication range 2, and then direct is presence security.
I'm gonna take a single momentum just to proc my cautious.
Is it presence security or presence command?
Presence command. That's how direct works.
Ship roll.
All right, I'm ready with both sheets whenever you are. Is there a power requirement for this?
Yes, you've got one. And
Do you want me to risk that that reroll?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Down to
Because
10 power. I mean, because we got it, and we got a momentum out of it. So,
okay,
I mean, it's really up to you.
that's fine.
Okay. So yeah, you fire Olos. You watch your screens and the deflector dish angles appropriately, and a otherwise invisible beam shoots out and encompasses the entire planetoid.
Planetary encompassment currently ongoing, Captain.
We should next action. I think we should probably fire at the ship, like destroy the ship, so that way it can't. In case it comes back online for whatever reason,
So
it can't destroy us.
I don't think we can retain the initiative anymore, so it's going to have to pass to them.
Yeah, I will next.
Unless there's something you want me to swift task and do. Or well, no, never mind. It's your turn though. So.
Yeah. No, we'll pass it. Let them react. See what happens, and then we'll go.
All right.
Yeah,
So
I will next turn. We should probably.
the enemy ship comes into long range, and then they're going to keep the initiative and fire phasers. But since you've disrupted quantum, their stats go down. So a miss.
I think Osborne should probably go and beam the ship.
You mean fire at them?
I should torpedo them.
Is that what you mean? Or use this
Yeah.
this super special weapon on the ship. Okay,
Yes.
Is it safer
I follow.
to just fire torpedoes at them?
Because our phase cannons will have to get within close range, and our
We do have our
torpedoes, I don't think would be effective here.
high yield long range. Is what it says.
All right. What are you doing?
I think we're gonna have Osborne shoot the beam at the ship.
The which beam?
The super disruptive one.
The E-impulse?
Yep.
Wait, that would just scatter off of their shields, wouldn't it?
Yes.
Or it could disable the shield.
Well, I mean, this is a really, really, really powerful E-impulse. So probably it's not going to draw the shields, but this is a one-shot weapon that burns out your main deflectors and potentially blows EPS conduits throughout the ship.
If we blow it on the enemy ship, we can't use it against the planet.
So what did we shoot against the planet just now?
That was the quantum entanglement disruptors that messes up their communications.
Oh, okay.
That's why that's why the ship is only rolling a 9 and a 1 for its star crew tasks, rather than I think it was 11-3 originally.
One a single shot cannon on the facility after we take out the ship.
Now you are in the perfect range with where you are to also take in the entire planet with the E-impulse gun if you want to.
I say torpedo the craft.
Up to you guys. Do you want me to do that?
Save
I think we
lives
should
to
try
planet.
to. I think we should try to hit the ship, take it out. We can
Yeah.
charge up our weapon and then. hit the main facility.
Yeah, so torpedo the ship, fire at the
Captain's call.
Arm the torpedoes, Chief.
Arming torpedoes.
Ooh, that's all sorts of threat.
Fire at will.
So are you just doing a normal torpedo salvo, or are you going to do full spread?
I mean, if we're gonna fire the torpedoes, let's fire the torpedoes.
Well, which are we doing the spread or are we doing just one? Because there's a difference.
I think the spread.
All right.
I know that's an additional threat, but
All right. So you're in long range. So yeah, control security difficulty 2 is shifted, assisted by weapon security. Make sure all of your complication range are back down to 1.
Spending a momentum.
Okay.
For either die.
Spend.
Ooh.
Re-rolling that complication. God
No
damn.
help from the ship.
Hang on, I am going to. Could I use a determination on mission directive?
Not really. Your mission directive for this is more to divert the planetoid from going into the system, but
in that case, protect the innocent.
yeah, I'll let you do that. There's some innocent people on your ship.
Mhm.
There's like 2.
well, there's an entire system alliance of innocent people.
Yeah.
There's also the engineering.
There we go.
Okay.
There's also a science engineering team that's on the ship.
1 momentum gained.
Right.
I'll
So
take it.
Ouch.
We might
roll-
need that piercing.
Huh?
roll the
I'll roll
torpedo
it.
damage.
Yep.
While I look up all the damage stuff.
What do I have to add for spread? Is it adding another one?
You add 1 extra dice to the torpedoes. So
Okay,
roll
so instead of-
3. So it's 3
So
challenge
I'll-
dice. So total
Yep,
5 challenge dice for the torpedo.
I'll roll it.
Oh, you said you roll. You can roll it.
Yeah, I'll roll it.
Well,
Disregard my roll.
Yeah,
I rolled
that's the correct roll.
I rolled it right when he said I was gonna roll it. I'm like, okay.
So which one are you taking, GM?
Fine, I'll take the second roll. 2, 3.
Piercing?
Well, let's see what it does first.
Yeah.
Yeah. We don't know what its scale is.
Wait.
So do the
resistance kicks in first.
right?
Mhm.
Do the effects do anything with a torpedo blast?
No, but what it does, it's going to affect the spread damage.
Right. Okay.
So I'll help you calculate that. Just
Let me
what's
pull
the
up their
initial
ship
damage?
here.
so you know what their scale and damage is. Scale.
Okay, so the initial damage is 5, which means 1 gets past their resistance, and so they lose 1 shield.
We have resistance 4.
So the same scale as us.
We could spend both of our remaining momentum and punch through their resistance.
Yeah, I think we try to get 2 two breaches on them. I think is a good call.
Or at least one.
So yeah, that brings their shields down by 5.
Right.
Fortunately, I think spread's not going to do much.
It's
But
not. So spread, it's half. So you round up, so 5, so 3, and then there's 1 effect, but unfortunately you don't count the effect because there needs to be another effect on the roll for it to get an extra dice. So you're looking at 3 total damage from the spread itself.
which will not go past their resistance.
Oh, does the resistance reset for the second hit?
It does.
Yeah, it's still calculated with
Okay.
spread and all that stuff.
But it
So
is
their
2
shields-
breaches.
Yep,
because-
shields are down to 7. Let me see. System hit table.
Ooh, we're doing full ship combat.
I mean, that's a good sign. 2 hits in the
Yeah.
structure.
Yeah, and I think you have to roll 2 challenge dice to see if any of their
They lose turns, I believe.
to see if they lose any turns.
This is what I get for deciding you guys to deserve at least 1 starship combat before the end of the game.
Remember, we have Frax, which is like the master of Starship Combat.
It's okay. That's 2 to their structure, which is half of their scale.
For NPC terms, they just lose a turn. Essentially, is what's happening.
Unless he's running it as a full starship.
Well, even if he's running a full shot starship, they still lose the turn.
Yeah. It's okay. Goes back to you guys. Because
Okay.
they don't get a
Fire
turn.
at the salvo?
What?
I'm saying, so we fire another salvo into them.
Oh.
Well, who's left is Harrison, Olos, and you.
I can't command anybody. I'm pure science. I
Merrick.
didn't get the,
Yeah.
didn't get the dual roll.
So, things we could do is we can scan for weakness. We probably should do.
Oh, I could actually fire it. I have for some reason I have 3 security, so I could
Technically, here's the thing though, it is their go. Like, they just lose 1 overall turn. They don't lose the actual turn now. They lose it at the end. The NPC.
That's weird.
Yes.
If we scan him for a weakness, I do have exploit engineering flaw, which means after that, our next attack.
So wait, they lose their turn at the end of the turn? What?
They lose 1 overall turn. They don't lose their next turn. They lose 1 overall. So they're scale 4. They get 4 turns. Okay. They took a breach to a system. They lose.
Oh, I see.
They end up with a total of 3 turns overall.
That's right. Each point of scale is like a crew member, or like in this style, right?
Yeah.
So that kind of turn. So yeah, it's their turn. So they are going to
Well,
fire.
Was it? Do they lose 2 because of both the structure?
No, it's just 1.
Although something happens when you get 2 breaches to your when you get half your scale in breaches, doesn't it? Because if they're scale 4, they've gotten half their scale in breaches now. So doesn't that make something happen?
I know it does for a PC ship. I'm not sure about an NPC ship.
It depends how you roll it.
Because I was just looking at this yesterday for
So-
the Hatfield.
The biggest thing, they lose 1 resistance. All right. That's all they lose is 1 resistance. So they're now resistance 3.
Okay. So what happens when they exceed half? Another resistance and
no.
another turn lost?
No, it stays the same. Doesn't tick up. Okay, because if you're going by player rules, the only time it changes when you are matched the actual structure, and then the ship is considered to be disabled.
Right. Okay. Okay. So yes, they are going to fire. Their disruptors.
Goodness security, I could actually
Ooh.
fire the torpedoes myself.
You'd have to have a console for that.
I could take a console.
Oh,
There's no
Ouch.
empty console.
It's too many dice, GM.
Yeah.
Should be 8, judging by the discipline.
Yeah.
1, 2, 4, 6, 8. That's still 8.
It's cannon. Is it? These are cannons, right?
Um,
Wait,
yes.
You're voting
So-
wrong. I think.
Hold on.
Hold on.
Yeah, I think the sheet went screwy on me.
Because you
Yeah,
said that.
hold on,
hold on.
Sorrel.
So let me explain some stuff here. So
Yeah, that's way
the
too many.
damage should be 10 if you're using cannons, and the difficulty should be 4 because we're in long range.
Oh, yeah, I was gonna say difficulty is 4. Although their ship gets to roll though, doesn't it?
Yes, weapons security.
Right. Sorry, I'm thinking modern phasers. There you go.
Which they
Okay.
Okay, let me see if I just re-enter that, if that will work. If not, I'm just going to do it.
it should
old
just be
school. Yeah.
2. You should just add 2 to the actual on the sheet.
Still rolled 13.
Yeah. There's something screwy with the character.
Yeah, the sheet's gone screwy. Let me just roll challenge dice. There we go.
That's 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10.
Ouch.
How?
Why is it doing 10?
Vicious. Oh, they're...
Yeah. 4. Yeah, that's right. That's 8 dice. Right.
Yeah, so there's 8 coming at us.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Where's the Aurora? Okay, so
Okay.
you guys did not raise shields. You had your hull plating polarized. So this is all going against the hull plating, which means a breach at 4. So
Was
2,
that-
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 minus 4.
I thought me calling tactical or their shields.
Yeah.
No,
Put shields up.
no, you put the tactical alert, and you'd had them raise the polarize the hull plating earlier. You've got to call the shields in this era. It's a separate system because it sucks up powers. Tactical alert just puts up the
Price hull plating.
yeah. So
Tactical
7.
alert is very different from red alert.
So you've got 3 damage.
Well, I mean, this is also the first time we've actually done combat
Yeah.
with the ship, so oops.
Nah, no big.
And we haven't played for a month, so oops.
Right.
It's even
So
debatable
it's-
if we want to do that right off the bat.
No matter what the damage is, it's technically just 2 breaches.
Systems that don't matter.
Well, you say that.
Well, no, those actually do bad things to us, I think.
Not on an impact.
Yeah, not on the first one. You've just got to restore the system. All right, passes back to you.
I mean, if I do have a high security. If I took over console, I could actually fire.
Yeah, you could. It will raise your difficulty by 1 because you're doing an override task.
So
I
well-
have 3 security. I could technically do this.
yeah, well, we got to get the shields up.
Yeah. Base. Could I base yours?
So it's probably going to be Olos here. That what is there? Is it a task to raise the shields or is it a minor?
It'll be. There's no roll for it, so I'll make it a minor. It will cost you a power, though.
Yeah, that's fine. We still have 10.
Oh, so hang on. The 2 things that have happened because of the impacts. All tasks assisted by the ship increase their complication range by 2 until the restore minor action has been performed on the ship's computers. And for the sensors, no task is attempted which will be assisted by the ship sensors. Further, until the minor action is performed, all attacks made by the ship increase difficulty by 1.
Yeah. Well,
So, yeah, raising shields will be a minor action. It will cost 1 power, and then you still got whoever's doing this, their
yeah.
main action. However, if it's not the tactical officer, you're going to have a override increase, and as Grinnan just pointed out, I think the difficulty, because it's computers, is up by 1 until you restore computers.
No,
Now you can
complication rate.
complication range. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Complication range goes up by 2.
For their action. The minor, I'm not going to deal with it because I'm, you're not making a roll, so. Yeah.
Okay, well, we definitely need to get the computers restored, so we could probably have Olos do that.
Okay.
And then I don't know what your action would be.
Fire cannons back at him? Or is it fire most powerful? Correct, those cannons would have done more fire piece back at him.
Yeah, this is Olos to restore the computers or the sensors is a minor action. If you wanted to restore them both, you just need to give me threat at this point to threat to buy another minor action to restore them. Both.
I think that's probably well. Why don't you restore the computers, and then we'll give you a threat to raise the shields?
Could I use jury rig
To do what?
to restore those computers? Could I attempt an engineering
Just
test?
come up for action. There's no test involved.
Yeah, it's a minor action. You just have to beep boop boop and yeah.
Okay, let's do that.
Okay, for the computers.
Yes.
Okay, so yep, computers are back up and running. These sensors are still adding some difficulty for things. So what is your action? That was your minor.
I would recommend a power management because you can go past your limit. Essentially, you can go past 10, and that way we have a buffer for when we go engage further in combat for power.
Yeah.
Okay, and I do have a focus on the EPS systems.
All right, I'll let you use that. That is going to be, you can use daring or control engineering with a difficulty of 2. I do not think it is assisted by the ship. No. So control engineering difficulty 2. And there is a complication on the board.
I guess you get it.
Ouch.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, you let's see, you would have gained 1 power plus 1 per momentum spent.
2 because of our ship special talent.
Yes, you have the improved power systems, right?
So we're 12.
Yes. No, he failed. And there's a complication on the board, so you actually blow an EPS conduit and lose 2 power, so you're down to 8.
Down to 8.
When it comes back to my turn, I'm gonna hide. What?
Do they have any turns left, or?
No, they do not. That was their 3.
Okay. All right, so I think we go Harrison to restore the sensors and do a scan for weakness.
Okay.
Sounds like the best bet, so that we know where to hit the hardest, before we start trying to fire blindly at them again.
Yep, and worth noting that it will be, I think, 3. Yeah, because it's difficulty 1 plus 1 for every range beyond close.
Yeah, that's fine. Because if we're gonna have the doctor somehow override and fire torpedoes, I think having a weakness on it would be beneficial.
Because I guess what I'll do is I'll just go over when I have to do it. I'll just go over to one of the support characters and just throw them out of this chair and just take over the console.
I don't really have
The
any
only
support
supporting
characters
characters is at helm,
Yeah.
and they're not really a supporting character, and we kind of need them at helm.
Yep.
Could I fire actually from
All right. Well, I think it's been decided that Harrison's going to go
Yeah.
this turn.
Yeah.
So okay, you restore the sensors with your minor action, and then it's difficulty 3, control science, assisted by the ship's sensor security.
I'll get right on that roll once it decides to load my character sheet.
Yeah, I feel you.
Having technical difficulties for a while now.
Yeah, roll 20's been rough this week.
After
Help the
Harrison,
comic crashed.
after Harrison goes, I'm going to use my turn to roll with Dahlia and move
Okay.
us in close to the actual ship.
And then I will override and fire torpedoes.
Well, if we're in close, then we wouldn't want torpedoes.
Yeah, then
To roll with who, Merrick?
The con officer.
She's already gone. She moved you into range for that first shot to the planet.
I mean,
But then
Okay.
you could still do the override, and it would just there would actually be a difficulty on it.
No. Don't want my character. The con controller kind of defeats the purpose of what Dahlia really needed to do for us. So
Vector can move us forward.
she can't.
I can't do it,
roll.
and the captain's already done it.
Wait,
Okay.
did the captain order her to do it?
No, the captain's
No,
direct
she-
went to Osborne.
The Osborne, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
and
mean,
I don't have
the captain
secondary-
did order her, but it wasn't a direct. Yeah.
And I don't have the secondary executive officer role. I just have the science officer role. I can't do that.
Mm.
No, for what I had in mind, Dahlia would need to use a swift task as well. But
Oh, moving close and then evasive.
yes,
So Harrison, how's your character sheet
I
coming?
think it's loaded. What was the role?
It is sensors. I'm sorry, control science difficulty 3, assisted by ship sensor security.
So the sensors forced off. Remember,
Momentum. Sensor operations as a focus.
Oh yes.
We have no momentum.
Nope.
But
It all went
Yeah.
bye-bye.
Y'all are gonna hate it, but I gotta use threat in order to get this.
I mean, we've just been hit with
Try to grab us
complications.
some threat.
What was that, Harrison?
I'm gonna give 3 threat to get 4 dice so that I can attempt to gain us some momentum.
Groovy.
Flat comp range.
Yeah.
Okay.
There we
Oh,
go.
nicely
There we
done.
go.
So 4 momentum gained. So yeah, now the next attack before the end of Harrison's next turn will get piercing 2, and any bonus d20s purchased for that attack, it will inflict +1 challenge dice damage for each bonus d20 purchased.
It was scan for weakness, correct?
Yep.
Oh, now would my exploit engineering flaw talent kick in?
Read me that talent.
Following an allied successful scan for weakness task, you may highlight an identified engineering flaw in the opponent's ship. In addition to the bonus granted by the scan for weakness task, you may assist anyone in making an attack against a target ship, which does not count against a normal limit for providing assistance. If the attack is successful, it generates bonus momentum. I must be able to communicate with the ally, and since we're both on the bridge, I assume that's possible.
So you would assist with the attack. And
Yeah,
It doesn't count against the normal assist maximum. So yeah, I think that would kick in. Does anybody? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, specifically
Exploit the flaw.
specifically for this
okay,
kind
but
of
I think
situation.
So what's the flaw that the sensors detected? The engineering flaw. That's what you have to do to use that talent. You have to tell me. You have to techno-babble me a flaw.
Yes,
Bulkheads are made out of an inferior alloy.
Okay, fair enough. Turtle buckheads are
Yes.
a good strike here, and we can buckle half the ship.
exactly.
Okay, so who we have left is Merrick, I believe, and the doctor.
technically, Doctor, you could, but you're since you're on the bridge, though, it'd be better for you to be in sick bay because you can actually give an advantage to someone for a free reroll. You know, when they do another task, but you have to be in sick bay for that.
So, but if
Wait,
you want to try and fire the phasers for an override, you can step in. There's all sorts of consoles in that little meeting room at the back of the bridge, the little tactical table. That's where you can use that to override if you want to do that. But which one of you's going, and what are you doing?
I probably should. Because I could do that, and then our next go around, my first action, I go down to the sick bay and then give help to someone.
Okay, so you're going?
Yeah, why not?
Okay, and what are you doing, Doc?
I will. At this point, should we fire our cannons or just go for torpedoes?
Well, we're still in long, so it'd be the torpedoes.
Okay, torpedoes.
All right. Are you doing just the standard blast, or are you going to do another spread?
I do just standard.
Standard.
Then
Okay.
does Olos assist? Or did he already go so he can't?
You know,
I'm not quite sure.
Yeah,
No,
I think he
might not.
assists on this attack, right?
It might not be a good idea to have this attack now because you'll be burning everything of the scan for weakness
So,
here,
yeah.
where you're probably better served.
Oh, yeah,
Take a more
yeah.
focused shot.
It would be better served to use the cannons up close because it's going to do more damage.
I mean, we still could use the cannons, just at a higher difficulty.
Yeah, it's just you're like what they're saying is that if you miss, we just blew everything we just set up. So honestly, Doctor, I think your best place is in sickbay, because you could give some rerolls, which is going to be beneficial.
I mean, I still do have a three security.
Yes,
Well-
but we're trying to give ourselves the best possible outcome for this fight.
The
way we've seen it is the best bet is to have you in sick bay.
Okay, I go
yeah,
down to sick bay.
you know, now the other you can override and do a con task if you think you have a good enough con to move the ship into close range, which would get you in prime phaser cannon range.
I have a bad con though.
Okay, I mean, I'm just saying that was an option if you wanted to do an override task.
I mean-
What would be the wall?
We would have to do an impulse to get into close range,
Yeah.
which, if I'm not mistaken, depending on environment conditions, it starts at difficulty 0. So
It would just be dip 1.
Which, you know what? I could do that and then go down to sick bay.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, so that's going to be control con assisted by the ship's engines con. It's difficulty 1 because you're overriding. So control con difficulty 1.
Computer
You have
focus
4
again?
momentum. I'm sorry, what?
Does computer focus what
No.
apply?
No.
Okay. One extra dice for momentum.
Okay, so you gain
that's
2
one.
momentum.
One, because I spent 1 extra dice. So 2 total, but we went down 1, gained back up 2.
That's a power requirement, right?
Yeah,
I
it's
think-
impulse, a power requirement of 1.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
think-
the trade-off is that the maneuver doesn't get you as far, but it doesn't cost anything.
All right, so Merrick, it is your go.
Well, I then head down sick bay.
Okay.
Have that to get
Yeah.
back for helping me rolls.
Yeah, I believe it's minor. You can use that to move, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
So we're in close range. So,
Raise the shields.
Already raised? Okay.
I thought we raised them.
Yeah, you
I
did.
don't. Oh, did we? Okay.
Modulate them?
We can't modulate shields here.
Can't
Oh.
modulate. You can't do that. It's
That's his restriction.
They're either on or they're off in this.
Oh. Huh.
No, it's
Neat.
not that. It's because we have deflector shields. The modular task cannot be performed.
It's because we have
It's a
the
talent.
Generation 1 shield, and the planet just moved.
What?
Yeah, remember it's under power.
Oh.
I'm just gonna fire the cannons.
Oh,
That's
wait.
okay with everybody.
What's
Oh.
your
Okay, so that's
I'm
going
on
to
a
be
13.
Okay.
okay, +1 for the override, so difficulty 3. Let's see, you're getting the piercing. If you buy any extra dice, it's extra damage.
Right. I would like to use one of my save milestones from the diplomat meeting from way back when I had to fend off the Klingon.
Klingon
Yes.
agent, right?
No, she's a beast. All right, that's how I remember it.
She was Klingon.
She was trying to kill me. All right,
So-
these guys are trying to kill me.
He was trying to be a wild animal to kill you.
I'm going to spend the determination. This is kind of a stretch, but on nothing better than practical experience, and I'm gaining some very practical experience by overriding and firing the ship phasers to help save all of us.
Wow. That is kind of stretching things, but I'll allow it. Final game, why not?
True. You wanna go up? Go big or go home.
So complication range is 1.
Right.
Okay. Since it's a determination spin, it does count as a momentum spin.
Right, so that's +1. That's going to be +1 challenge dice for the phaser damage.
Right, and then I'm spending 2 momentum,
So that's +2 challenge dice.
and then
Does it also
I'm
count with-
pumping an extra power into the shot as well.
Okay.
So there should be a total of 4 or 3 challenge dice. Sorry.
Yeah.
Down to 7 power by my count.
Determination
8.
2. So
No,
we
we were
need
no
dice.
6. Because we were at 8.
Okay, so
I
that's
spent 1
4.
for moving. Then he just spent 1.
So
to
I'm looking at 1 momentum gain, I believe.
Right. Olos needs to roll 2.
Someone-
Right, for technical,
Yeah.
not technical expertise, but whatever the
Exploit.
thing is.
You also gain an additional bonus momentum.
Right.
Yes.
But that the bonus momentum will be gained during the actual shot itself to be used on that.
Yes.
Also,
And am I rolling the same weapons and security?
remember, you can re-roll if you want to, Morlock.
I can't re-roll that 0.
At sick bay.
You have to actually do a roll for that.
Okay.
Yeah, and you're not in sick bay yet. You'll be in sick bay at your turn, your next turn.
Okay,
Okay.
so that's an extra 3 to the face cannon, so we're rolling 5.
Okay. You go ahead and plug that into their base damage.
I'm rolling the cannon. So.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
And it gets piercing too, so that's per effect, right?
Yes.
No,
perfect.
that's-
No, it's perfect.
Oh, okay.
It's scan for weakness is OP.
Yeah. 1, 2.
Especially if you got exploit fly.
So you've still got versatile 1 because they're phase cannons.
Right.
Yeah, and we get his bonus momentum, so we have 2 float that we can use. But I want to. We should know what the result is before we decide where to put it.
Okay. So yeah, but you bypass their resistance, so it all plows into shields. So that's at least
That's 10 damage. So that's 2
10
breaches.
damage, 2 breaches.
No.
It's a well, it's
Yeah.
I think it's 11, but
Yes, 11, because that's
Okay,
4.
it's Manu past the shields. So,
Yeah. so that's 2 breaches there. We
devastating.
Does any go
All right.
into the
Yeah.
hole?
yeah,
So,
I agree
okay.
with that.
So that, as I understand it, that wipes out their shields, right?
Right.
Okay. And then 2 breaches. Devastating is the damage halved at another system.
Yes.
Okay, so let's do the first
It's
2.
6.
So let's see. Here's the first 2 systems for the 2 breaches. Did that roll twice?
I
Okay.
keep.
So weapons, hinges, and now,
Devastating will do 6 damage
right.
because it's 11, so half. The effects don't count for devastating.
Right. But
Resistance
their
comes
shields are
into play.
down, so that's additional breach, is it not?
It
Yeah.
is just additional breach because we didn't do 5. But in order to do 5, spending a momentum because it'd be 3.
Okay.
So spending a momentum to do piercing because the scan for weakness doesn't count for this.
Right.
What are the floating
Actually, no,
momentum?
wait. I don't have to spend that because it goes to the versatile 1. So versatile 1 for the devastating because that counts because it's a
Okay.
separate attack. That goes into piercing, so that should bring it to 5, which should be
Right.
2 more breaches.
Okay, so I need to roll 1 more breach.
Remember, we have 2 floating momentum still.
I
I
spent
think he
that
spent that.
Okay.
to do the devastating attack.
Ah, okay.
All right. So weapons, hinges, another one into structure, and then computers. So yeah, it's pretty dinged up.
It's disabled, if I remember correctly, because it's got the.
Wait, doesn't it has more breaches than its scale? Doesn't that just destroy it?
Yeah.
Depends if he's doing boss fight rules or not.
Yeah, so that would actually destroy it. Let me make sure you get the right. Yep. So yeah, Sorrel, the doctor overrides the con system to bring the ship into knife fighting range, where then Merrick does another override, and the Aurora's phase cannons lance into the ship, and Harrison and Olos's discovery of the weakened superstructure is spot on. The phase cannons lance through those weakened bulkheads deep into the ship's core, igniting its reactors, and it blows up right in front of you.
A.
Nice shot.
Nicely done, everyone.
Yep. You just hear me on the commentary and be like, what happened?
So we will change scenes now after that battle. So you lose momentum, but all your power and stuff goes back.
Yay.
So the planet is still on its course, moving during the course of that battle. While you guys were flying around at impulse speed, shooting at each other, it just kept on chuggling. Not terrible far, but
XO, are you detecting any more of those ships on that planet's surface?
Have to take a further scan into seeing that. Since we missed it the first time, they could be in shielded areas, Captain.
reason science assisted by sensor science, difficulty 2.
Sensor operations as a focus, and I'm going to take 1 of our momentum for a 3rd die.
Ship sensor science?
Yes. 1 momentum gain thus far.
Go
2
ship.
momentum gain total. I'm not going to type this. No, you see no evidence of any other starships on the planet's surface are being launched or anything.
There's no evidence of any further ships, Captain.
Exo, do you agree that we need to end this threat here and now?
I agree, Captain. They have now shown that they have ships capable of a considerable amount of damage.
Ensign, bring us into close range. Commander Olos, prepare the blast. This ends now. And I'm going to give Olos my determination.
What kind of
Okay,
Remember, you're not on the bridge.
So at close range, you're going to have to pick a specific target.
Oh, the cluster where everything's coming from.
Captain? Should we do a damage report to see what all happened?
Again,
What was that?
he's trying to interact with the bridge when he's in the sick bay, but he hasn't made known that he's.
Well, no, hold on. What are you saying?
Shouldn't we do a damage report to see all what happened?
We're still in the thick of it, so that would come later.
True.
Now we're not trying to disable the planetoid, so we're not worried about what's happened to the ship.
All right, so you're going to try and target that.
Where Merrick found the cluster of info. I think that's a good target.
Okay. So in that case, Osborne, it's going to be control security, difficulty 2.
Oh, it's Osborne shooting it again?
Yeah, I mean.
Okay, then he gets my determination.
Okay. And
I'm just charging the deflector shield, preparing to unleash the sun.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh god.
complication range 5.
Oh yeah. Yep, that's great. How much momentum do we have?
2.
2? Awesome. Then I should probably spend my determination I just got on mission directive?
I would take protecting the innocent again.
Okay, that works. And I'll spend the 2 remaining momentum on third die.
Okay.
So I at least get 1 reroll, and you said comp range 5?
Correct.
Ship?
Yeah, ship assist with structure security.
Here we go! I'm gonna reroll that 1.
Huzzah.
Whew, that's
All
5
right.
sixes. No comps.
Yes, no complications. So, yeah, the entire ship shutters. The bridge illumination actually kind of dims once, twice, and then every panel and every light in the bridge, except for the red emergency lights, goes off as the ship almost kind of bucks as the electromagnetic pulse discharges through the
Weapon structure interface weakening, Captain. Trying to compensate.
Keep on it. Oh, how's the deflector shield holding up?
What happened up there?
Stand by, Doctor. Olos, how's the deflector shield?
Hold together.
Oh no, the shield's off.
Shields are down.
All right. So, let me. There's Olos.
It's down.
There's that. Okay, and Olos, I'm going to let you roll me a challenge die, just one. All right. So no big secondary explosions or anything.
Well, that's good.
All right. And Olos, as you dig into it, it's going to take you probably about 14 hours to make repairs and bring the main deflector back online.
Main deflector went down, secondary, micrometeoroids and navigational deflectors, so a little better than flying blind.
Let's start working on those repairs.
I'll
What happened?
I'll keep an eye on the hull plating polarization, try to compensate.
Very
My team's
good.
right on it.
Commander, can we get any type of readings on that planet? Did it work?
Give me
Technical difficulties.
yeah. This is going to be reason science difficulty 1, complication range 2, assisted by the ship's sensor science. Or sorry,
love to,
control science, not reason science for you.
I'd love to, but connection issue.
Okay.
Bloody internet.
Tell me what you want to roll, and I'll roll from your sheet.
So is this a sensor roll?
Yeah, control science, difficulty 1, complication range 2, assisted by the ship's sensor science. Sensor operations will work as a focus.
Sensor operations as a focus.
Yep.
Comp range 2, so take a threat for a third die.
Okay.
That'll be the roll.
Give myself a threat. Then 3 dice. All right, you did well. You rolled a 2 and 2 1s. The ship rolled
Go
2.
ship.
Thank God. So that is a total of 5 momentum gained. Wrong die.
At the cost of most of the power of the ship, we succeeded in knocking out any of their systems that might have been active. Which includes the shield we were having difficulties getting scans through, as well as heats. There were heat signatures, but that are currently fading, as well as the atmosphere is now dissipating into space.
Are we still picking up those communications?
I'm not going to make you roll for it. Merrick, no.
I'm not detecting any subspace communications from the planet, Captain.
Keep an eye on it. Let me know if anything changes. Let's get working on repairs, team.
So the planetoid is still on course. It does not appear to be powered anymore, but is still on ballistic course, moving at, I think it's up to 3/4 impulse towards the 7 Stars systems.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I figure we could probably figure out a solution to knock it off course once we get some systems back on, because without the deflectors, we can't exactly move.
Now, question: what happens if the planetoid just continues on the course it's on? With the threat itself neutralized, wouldn't?
Well, it's an Earth's moon-sized body that's going to move through 3 populated solar systems, 3 densely populated solar systems.
Okay.
We can alter it. If we could bump it out of the way, that's definitely what we want to do.
Yeah, we just got to start getting some of our systems back up.
Right.
So
We
that's
can't really affect it any.
Yeah, so that's the first task, is getting our engines and our deflectors back online so that we can follow it.
Right.
And
well, I mean,
then,
the only thing that's offline is the main deflector dish. You've got the secondary one that used to be that was in the front of the.
Yeah, we're mobile. We're not as bad
Right.
off.
It's going to limit your warp speed, but you can.
oh yeah,
I'm
I'm
not
not.
impulse. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not worried. If it's only going 3/4 impulse, we could catch back up to it.
So, Olos, do you want to take direct charge of repairs to the deflector shield, or do you want to use your engineering teams? One of them will be you doing the extended task. The other one will be you using presence engineering to have them do it, and it'll kind of take place in the background.
I'm going to have them handle that. I'm going to stay here.
Okay, so give me presence engineering difficulty 2, since you pretty much knew this was going to happen. You kind of were prepared for it, and not assisted by the ship, because this is you just giving the orders. And you've got 5 momentum on the table.
And I'm going to have a supply here just for deflector systems.
I'm sorry, what was that?
Add a focus on deflector systems. Is that going to apply?
Not really, since you're not doing the work yourself. You're telling your crew what, get on this. And okay, so yeah, they're working on it. That would be a question for Harrison, sorry. I combined Harrison and Merrick.
Didn't you say that we went straight to the core and exploded it?
What?
That was the ship.
What? Where's the ship? Yeah. Just knocked their power out.
Not a Death Star.
Yeah, basically you just, in our terms, you just hit it with a massive electromagnetic pulse that fried every, system.
Can we look for
It
Death Star
sparked and shut down. That's about it. Didn't explode.
Can we look for Death Star-esque tube to fire a torpedo down into the core?
So are you asking Harrison, Merrick?
Yes.
He's having connection issues, so you might want to do it out loud.
I can't see anything on Roll20 right now if you're trying to communicate that way.
Commander Harrison, is their power core still functional?
I'm only getting minimal power ratings. It could be robots that haven't been shut down, or it could be a central area where their base of knowledge is stored. Have to do further scans in order to get that in the site's information.
Is the planet still moving on pure inertia?
Would be my guess, since it's most of its power is deactivated. Their gravity drive wouldn't be active as well.
Yeah, it's just It's just ballistic at this point.
I mean, then what if just a slight nudge? Like just the tiniest of nudges.
True,
Well,
but again, you're talking about something the size of the moon. The problem is, it's an engineering problem to even slightly nudge the moon.
Yeah. We'd be fighting physics at this point.
Not an,
Like the
not
single
an,
hand
insol- not an
volleyball.
unsolvable one, but it's going to
Space.
take some thinking and some work to do.
Something with its mass and it moving, is even as slow as it is not something that our ship can nudge out of the way easily.
I mean, even the tiniest of fractions of degrees would probably send it off course to a won't hit anything.
Yeah, this is probably going to be a scientific method thing, and we probably have to figure out a solution, but one step at a time.
How many
Okay.
moons are there?
So the repairs are going well. Yeah, Merrick, he just said there's a small, only very minimal power reading still coming. Rapid dissipation of thermal readings, which basically, is pretty common once life support stops working in deep space, no matter what was producing the heat. So what are you guys doing now? Like I said, you're mobile, but
Barely.
Before we can affect anything, we need to get more repairs done in order to actually have the power to do that. Moving
your
as slow
power.
as it is.
And this is a new scene, by the way, so lose a momentum. Your ship's power is already back up to normal because we changed scenes. The breaches you can't really fix beyond going into some sort of a star base, but they were just impacts, so they're not affecting your performance. Basically, the only thing that's down is your main deflector shield, so
Okay.
you are limited to lower warp speeds, because anything more than that will overload the
We're thinking
secondary navigational deflectors.
our little ship can't
something.
really do it effectively. Move it enough that it would change its direct trajectory and avoid the planets.
So,
but we have more than 18 hours in order to find a solution, since it's moving at very slow speeds, and it took us 18 hours at warp to get to it. Surely.
yeah, I mean, it's not a super immediate concern, but the closer, of course, it gets to the systems, the more force you have to use to nudge it, because you'll have to nudge it a farther arc to miss because it's coming closer. But yeah, it's not something. So I mean, if you want to wait till tomorrow to start addressing that way the deflectors will be repaired and you'll be in as good a shape as you can be, that's fine. You guys tell me what you want to do now.
If we slow it down, it could just pass by the fact that it's slowed.
So do you want to start working this problem now?
I think that's where we're at, because there's really nothing else to do.
Okay. So yes, this is going to be a scientific method. I need you guys to come up with 3 to 5 options for how you want to deal with the planetoid. Basically, one way or another, how you want to change its course so it doesn't go through the inhabited systems.
I mean, one
Right now,
method is always to just use its own thrusters against it.
it doesn't have the power for that. Right now, we're fighting physics in order to either move it or slow it down.
Right. So
And
basically,
we
I
have
need
Columbia class to do that.
3 to 5. You can call them focuses. You could call them approaches to how you're going that you can try, and then we'll roll and see if you're on the right track or not. So, and everybody can be involved in deciding what these are. Okay, so Captain says tractor beam to pull or push it or change director. So we'll just call that tractor beams. Torpedoes to blast to change. So that'll be just pew pew. Ooh,
Yep.
solar sails.
Attach solar sails to the planet surface.
Right.
They grab the solar flares, and it over time slowly pulls it out of the way.
Okay.
That's more of an engineering one, but it's different than blow stuff up.
Right. So anybody else want to put forward some methods for changing or diverting the
That would work.
artificial singularity?
Black hole.
We can't generate that.
No, but we might be able to generate a gravity well large enough to steer it off course.
Create a graviton wake to deflect its course.
We could fly the ship in front of it a whole bunch and screw it up.
I think whatever solutions we do come up, we also have to remember the technology that we're working with. We're not working with TNG, and we're definitely not working with Romulan.
Yeah.
What I meant was just generate something like a artificial massive object, and just throw it off with gravitation.
Oh, actually, I just got an idea. What if we grabbed some meteoroids and slammed some meteoroids into it?
I'll set them on collision course.
I think honestly we'd probably get more bang out of the torpedoes.
Probably. Plus, we'd have to drag the
Do have a
the
second warp
meteoroids
core.
from wherever they are to.
Just drop our secondary warp core on the planet.
Blow it up,
Need that.
nuclear weapons.
Overload it.
That would work.
God.
I mean, once we get back to their system, they have similar technology. I could probably fix up one of their engines, slap it on there faster than you
They
can see
don't
his
have
helicopter, and then get us back home.
comparable warp technology, though.
Oh, but it's
And
not
I
like
don't-
inventing it.
Okay, so that's like from what I'm hearing there, Olos, it's attach an engine to the planet and push it.
Basically, by
I think what he said is put our secondary warp reactor on the planetoid and
Overload
detonate
it.
it.
That's probably not going to be an option. I'm going to nix that idea to remove
Wait.
our engine component.
actually, what if we take one of them back to the planet to theirs, get a warp one core, which is still powerful, and then detonate that.
Again, we even know if they actually have warp.
Oh, they
technology.
do. You know they have warp. Yeah, they just didn't develop it really past warp 1 because they were so close to each
Warp
other.
one reactor wouldn't really be powerful enough to really do much to a
So
moon.
right now,
I mean, it's something.
So the question is, how long is it going to take this planet to actually get there?
You remember correctly what you said? Because we are going many times faster the speed of light. They're going 3/4 impulse.
Well, I mean that's a GM question.
Yeah.
yeah. So it is going to take the planetoid at its current speed. It will be about 8 months before it reaches the edge of the first system that it will pass through.
Okay, so it is a lot closer than some of us are thinking, but it's also far enough that it's not as close as others are thinking.
Right. Yeah, I know. I'm my spelling. So what I've got, graviton wake. I don't think you've got the tech really to do, but it looks to me like what you've got so far are tractor beams, torpedoes. Hold on, Sorrel. Let me finish the list. Tractor beams to pull or push it. Torpedoes to blast it away. You could theoretically try an artificial singularity. attach engines to the planet to push it. Merrick says, okay, and then there's use the planet's own engines to move it. Fire.
My worry with that is if we power anything up on the planet, we might
It'll turn 'em
inadvertently
back
power
on.
systems that we don't want
All right.
on.
So at least one of those is a way to go. So what I need you guys to do, this is going to be engineering. So the role is going to be control engineering. Anybody with an engineering score of at least 2 can assist. You guys need to pick one of these things and then start rolling. And then if it is the right thing and you get the right number of successes, I'll tell you. If I don't say anything, and after a while you may have to change tactics because you might have settled on the wrong thing.
What was our list again? And Olos is probably going to be the lead researcher on this.
Okay, so I'll put it down. Tractor beam, torpedoes, singularity, attach engine, and then use planetoid's engine. And that's in Discord.
Hey, cat. Oh,
What?
sorry, my cat is.
Oh, fair.
Meow, 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 meow.
No.
So, which method are you going to look at first?
Whoops.
Why don't we start at the top with a tractor beam, see if we could be able to generate enough
Okay.
or pull to affect its course.
Control engineering, and anybody with an engineering of 2 or more can assist. And then
Yay!
just keep rolling until I don't say anything or I say something.
What about secondary characters?
Just main characters.
This is for player characters.
What's the zip wall? Or to help? Or does can the zip help?
We're spitballing things, trying to see what would work. So this is more characters.
Roll again.
Anybody else can assist?
I have an engineering of 1.
Same.
Yeah, you can keep rolling if you want.
We go to 12 or so, and then we switch.
Oh, for Christ's sake!
None of us can assist with that one. Ugh.
Well, I mean, complications don't really count.
We're way past 10 at this point.
Yeah.
All right.
With torps.
That's something else.
Match that and go for.
What are you going to do?
Torpedoes.
Okay. Yep. Same rolls. It's all going to be,
Yeah, okay.
That's 10 there for torps.
Yep. Let's see if we can
Transformable.
generate enough of a mass in an object. Station.
okay.
Yeah.
Hang on.
The walls are coming.
Oh, did not mean to. Nope.
That's 11 for
Yeah,
singularity.
let's see if we can attach an engine of some sort.
Ba-doop, ba-doop, ba.
Okay, Olos. Yeah, you think that you couldn't really do it with just one, but you could with by arranging several fairly low thrust to weight ratio ion engines. You know, the ion engines put out a small amount of thrust, but they also can suck in and pretty much keep doing that thrust continuously until, you know, they rot or something crashes into them. That, yeah, you should be able to push the planetoid on a course that would send it up and out of the planetary the planetary, the main planetary galactic plane, so that eventually it would just kind of fly up out of where it could hit anything in the galaxy.
Yeah, they'll hit the galactic barrier, and then we'll have psychic robots.
Right, or something.
We could steer it into the sun.
No,
Uninhabited sun.
no. Let's just send it straight up.
So, but yeah, the attach engine method, and you know, this is something that the Aurora itself can produce these little ion engines without any difficulty, and then it will just be a matter of getting them, figuring out exactly where to attach them, getting them attached, and making sure they're all firing properly.
What we do is we just send it straight up into the sky and send it straight up. And then in TNT era, probably, we will have psychic robots.
The tractor beam wasn't going to work. You just weren't going to be able to put enough power behind it. Photon torpedoes, the problem with that was, yeah, the problem is you would just blow it into several smaller chunks, which you then had to deal with, which would still be pretty large, and that would just...
That'd be almost an even worse problem.
Yeah, instead of a single bullet, you'd have a shotgun blast, yeah. The singularity, yeah, it might have been theoretically possible, but you couldn't ever quite figure out how to generate that.
Not
You
doable
put
with
it as
our
a placeholder for a lengthy sentence.
They ask about the singularity, and they say, "Well, if we had a couple hundred years, maybe."
I mean, we could probably generate a sizable gravity well, but I don't know if that would be enough to affect an object that massive.
Why don't we just use its own mass against it?
Because it'd be like jumping up and down on the planet Earth. It doesn't affect its orbit.
It does, but by a tiny amount. Technically, it does. It's just so small. It's
So,
very noticeable.
okay. There's going to be, this is sort of going to be, is this what you're going to try and do?
Yes.
So it's going to sort of be a gated challenge. The first part will be to plot a course to make the planetoid go where you want it to go without running into anything you don't want to run in on. The second part, hold on, Sorrel, let me finish here. So you got to plot the course, and then the second part is figuring out where to place the thrusters, which is going to be a single roll, and then there's going to be placing the thrusters, which is a extended task.
What? trajectory, I vote straight up or straight down.
Well, you actually have to plot a course.
Yeah, we want to make sure
because the way this is, it's still moving forward. So and it's still going to be moving forward because you're not.
Arc it.
Yeah, so you're changing its course. So you want to, if you want to try and fly it into the sun, that's certainly something you can do, but you're going to have to plot that course. If you're wanting to send it up and out of the galactic plane, that's something you can do, but you're going to have to plot the course because, of course, these aren't the only stars between here and there.
I want to flick it into another solar system.
Right. So plotting the course is going to be the first step. Well, I guess the very first step is figuring out if you want to just send it on its merry way or if you want to drive it into a sun somewhere or whatever.
No, I want at some point deal, just the characters, at some point want to have the planetoid to go into a galactic barrier and then the robots become telepathic. Or psychic robots. I just want to deal. I just want to have that happen at some point.
This sounds like a captain's call as to where you want to wind up.
Like out of character. That's what I want to happen. Like out of character.
Send it to a sun.
Okay. Do you want to send it into one of the Seven Suns Alliance suns or a different sun somewhere?
Oh no, different one. None of theirs. A different one.
Okay.
An inhabited one.
Okay. That works. So somebody needs to give me a reason con, difficulty 4, assisted by the ship's computers con. Either one of you guys can do it, or you can grab daily. Okay, so Merrick's rolling a 12 with reason con.
Reason con for me, I think it's also 12.
So is daily. And a 12.
Yeah, reason con is 12 because I have 11 reason and a 1 con.
Right. So really the only bonus that you get with daily is probably her bold con. So whatever you want to do is difficulty 4. All right, so who wants to roll? And
I mean, I could.
I'll roll it for daily.
You rolling daily?
Can she spend her determination on the mission directive?
Yes.
Take a threat.
All right.
Spending a momentum. 3 dice. No focus. That's 3. Can she challenge her value rash and reckless? Like, this has to be very precise
Sure.
calculations.
I'll give you a determination for that.
And re-rolling that on the mission directive or mistakes is how we learn.
Yeah, either one.
2. Oh my god. Low comp.
Now the ship does get to assist with Computer's Con.
Oh. Oh. That's about right.
Captain, I think it's time for a milestone to give to Daly.
See if I have any.
Youch. That's a.
I mean, Daly, you think you've got the course pretty figured out.
Uh-oh.
I mean, I got 4 milestones, so I guess I.
You gotta spend them.
Yeah, well, I mean, I could use it to get one and then give it, I guess.
Right. Sure.
Sorry, after I was muted. So, I mean, could we? Captain, I think it'd be a good idea to just double
Okay,
check.
whoa, slow down. Okay. All right.
Yeah,
Hold
let's
up.
get through this roll first.
All right. So Captain gave gave his determination to her.
Right.
Re-rolling it on the same value. 2
Okay.
dice. There we go.
Okay. So by my count, that's 5.
Yes.
Okay. So 1 momentum gained.
Spending
So
one to
yes.
get rid of the complication. We're down to 2.
Okay. So, yes, you find a relatively nearby blue giant that the Vulcans had surveyed before. There were no habitable planets in there. That is more than large enough to take care of this planetoid.
I said, yeah, I think there was. I think right then I just say kind of. As well. Never mind.
Okay, so you've got the course plotted. The next thing is figuring out where to place the thrusters. That's reason engineering, difficulty 3, assisted by the ship's computers engineering.
How do the meh. Could I assist?
Not at this point.
Okay.
So yeah, this is turning out to be a more difficult problem than you perhaps thought it would be, Olos.
Oh no.
To figuring out exactly where to place the thrusters.
Captain, Captain, do you have any more milestones you could spend to give again?
I think Olos still has. Do you still have your determination?
Yes, I should. Can I spend a determination?
Yeah. On what value?
Ooh, don't be gentle with it.
I'll tell you what, I'll accept the mission directive since you're trying to figure out how to redirect the planet. And you can re-roll, I guess you can re-roll 2 or 1.
Okay, I'll re-roll 2.
Can Merrick assist in this task?
Sure.
That's tough.
We have
Okay.
a comp on the board, though.
So, okay, that completes the task. There is a complication on the board. You do have 2 momentum left, however.
Let's spend the momentum and quash that.
Okay. So yes, you have now figured out the best places to place the
Ion
thrusters.
engines.
Now, placing the thrusters is going to mean your engineering teams, and at least you, Olos, are going to have to go down to the surface and actually emplace the thrusters. You're kind of going to be, again, doing the presence. It's going to be an extended task, presence engineering, but you're going to need to be on the surface to oversee the work. So at least you of the main characters is going to have to go down to the planetoid surface to place the thrusters.
I'm going down in case someone gets hot while placing the thrusters. In case a mishap happens or something and one of the thrusters.
Well, the captain will assign the leader of the away team, and either tell that person to assemble the away team or tell that person who he wants on the away team.
Well, probably be the EXO heading down there, experience and such. Olos definitely, because he's installing the stuff. Osborne should go down in case he has to do any shooty of robots.
Would definitely suggest maybe a couple, if there's a security team, rifles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To get a security team, that's basically you're spending momentum to get a team, and you don't really have the momentum to spend.
I have a security team advantage
There you
as
go.
the security officer.
Okay.
Yeah, security detail, and then we could bring whatever support characters, engineering to round out.
Captain, Captain, I would like to go down in case. I'd probably go down in case something happens, so we have someone to heal. So I can heal anyone that gets hot. The we're placing down the engine.
I mean, I'll ultimately leave it up to EXO because he's making the away team. But I don't really see how you'd be a help down there.
Especially with the needing to be in the EVA suits. Atmosphere is dissipating.
Yeah, you'll definitely need EVA suits. So, Olos is going. Who else?
Osborne and
Probably
his
want to be
away
on
team.
standby.
The EXO, and then probably a few engineering support characters.
Right. I mean, this will be the different engines will be in place at various points. That's part of what Olos is doing beyond just working on one. And
I will take more of those.
taking Ensign Moros.
Yep.
Okay. So that means, Merrick, do you want to grab a?
Cautious or board engineering?
Well,
I believe
you can't really.
So I believe Harrison is the team lead, so he would be selecting the personnel to go down.
Right. And you don't really give a supporting character anything until it's time for them to roll, is when they get something. Right. So Harrison, right now, captain's told you Olos and Osborne and a security team. So you do have some security supports you can go that people can play, and engineering supports that people can play. So whatever you want to do. Oh, he can't talk at the minute. So Captain, why don't you choose the away team since Harrison can't talk right now and it can't really see the roll 20 what he's typing.
Hmm.
Okay, so why don't you choose the away team?
Yeah, I mean, we'll just bring Olos. Olos we'll have Olos lead it. So we could probably take Osborne, his security team, Merrick, and then the 2 engineer supports.
Okay. Do you want to actually take supporting characters for the security team, or are you just going to use the advantage?
Just the advantage, I think.
Okay. And then the 2 engineering support characters?
Yep.
So that's going to be Moros and Agrapos. And so to represent the security teams, let's drag this. Okay. We'll switch to the planet surface. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. I want to do this. So yeah, I'm not going to charge you for EVA suits because you knew you were going to need them. So yes, you're on the planet's surface. This is the thruster unit that I'm messing up now because the grid's on.
Just press shift. Just hold shift if I remember correctly.
I'm sorry, what?
Hold shift or alt. I think it's alt actually. You press just hold alt and then you can move wherever you want.
I just turned the grid on the map off.
Yeah. You very well.
So, okay, so Olos, this is going to be presence engineering. Let me put this in the chat. I already have Moros out there.
But I didn't see him. Boo.
So it's going to be presence engineering, going to be extended task, difficulty 5, magnitude 5, work 28, resistance 2. You do not have any momentum currently. I will be happy to take threat.
Take all with that.
Do we want to give him a threat and buy a 3rd dice?
I mean, this is the last game. I think we go out with a bang and spend a butt ton of that.
Well, and your difficulty is 5. Your 2 engineering support characters, they can support since they're right here with you.
Not sure how we want to do this.
You guys
Probably
let
use
me know.
you could probably use 3 threat, buy 2 dice, and then with the assist, hopefully it's enough. And try to bring some momentum for the task.
Okay, so take 3 threat. I'll roll 4 dice total and then assist the engineers.
Okay, then what is it? It's what engineering?
Presence.
Okay.
Well, no, actually, for you, it will be control because he's actually doing the presence. You're just helping out by working on the device and giving advice, right?
Popping up the control then? Because I can't do the discipline because we already disciplined once before.
Okay.
So I have to do the attribute.
Okay, so there's 3 successes thus far with the complication on the board. There's 4. Need 1 more. Somebody want to grab a Grappos?
Sure.
He said, look how much it's not
Krapos, what am I rolling?
Grinnin, why don't you let somebody who's not actually on the planet take a roll?
right.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'll grab them.
I mean, I just kind of find it funny how the way you said that. It was like, oh, grapples, like, hey, grapples.
All right. So yes. Now, Olos, roll me 7 challenge dice.
Maybe.
So yeah, that's 5 work right there. If you want to keep that, or you can mess with it. No momentum on the table though.
Yeah, no, I think that's good for now.
Okay.
Yeah,
So that
we'll just
brings
go
it
to the
down
next
to
roll.
diff 4, magnitude 4, work 23. Whoops, 23, not 13, and resistance still 2.
Fail.
Still got one more roll. Nope.
Nope, fail.
Nope.
I couldn't, even if I didn't get a cut, I couldn't make it.
Alright,
That'd be
yep.
only three.
Nothing there.
Although you're probably gonna have to give him the 3 threat again to roll with the 4 dice because it's still a
Yeah.
diff 4.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
at
You got
least,
3 more threat for the extra 2 dice.
at
Okay.
least one. At least one threat.
Oh, come on.
Do you have bold anything? Bold?
I have cautious engineering.
Right. It's okay. You've got the assist. There's 3. Just need one. Oh, so close.
My now, what did it now? Roll again. Come on. Come on. I'm just that one's being bad.
So it's like you got a complication on the board.
Yeah, can't do anything about that.
So a complication on the board.
So difficulty was 4, so didn't make that. Osborne, give me a insight security difficulty of 2.
Awesome. And we have no momentum to spend. Oh wait, nope, that's the wrong sheet. Wrong sheet. Site security. No, I do not have a thing that helps with that. Okay, here we go. Wow,
Nicely done.
I didn't even have a focus. That was just a nat 1.
1 momentum gained. You detect some kind of movement. Where's my thing? In the crater over here.
Oh no. Pulling my phaser. Everyone stand ready.
I'm stoked.
Whoever you are, show yourself.
What?
Okay.
Overload. Roll, I think.
Oh no.
Wrong die. Okay. So one of your security guys gets 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, one of your security team gets vaporized by a disruptor bolt.
Oh no. Do I see where it's coming from?
Yeah, there's some sort of creature. You know, they're kind of down on the inside of the crater, over this way.
Yep.
And on the edge, shooting over it. They're in some cover.
Awesome.
Can we
Oh, just
bombardment
fantastic. I'm going to fire back.
Okay.
them? Could we fire from the starship down onto them? With kind of
Well, at this point, you're not on the starship to do that, so
No,
you
I'm s-
would need
for
to,
the
if you
question.
wanted to try that, you would need to communicate on your turn. So,
So I'm
Osborne,
thinking that-
give me a control security
Hang on.
difficulty 2.
Gonna aim and spend a momentum.
Okay.
Phase pistols, focus. And this is, I'm calling that I'm aiming because I have a Deadeye Marksman,
Excellent.
which I think, I'm trying to remember what that does. Why am I blanking on what that talent does?
If you aim, I think you get to reroll any number of, or something beyond just what aim does. Hold on, I've got the security talents right here. You reduce the difficulty of your next attack by 1 in addition to the normal effects aim minor action, so it would just go down to difficulty 1.
Yeah,
and you still get the reroll for aim.
Generate some momentum. Don't even need it.
All right, so yeah, you gain 3 momentum. Roll your damage.
That was insight, not control.
It's more of a general question.
Hang on.
It
Just
was
want to make
like-
sure. Okay, yep. Still good. My control is 10, so that's all good. Roll phase pistol. Gonna spend one of those momentum to re-roll 5 challenge dice.
And
Wow, nice.
that's 5,
Um,
5, 6, 7, 8 damage again?
Yep.
Was that the only one I saw?
Well, you see 3 of them with their heads and weapons poking
No,
up.
9 damage.
Okay. In which case, how much more? I generated how much momentum? 3?
3, but you spent 1. So you've got 2 momentum on the board total.
Yeah, give me a second. I know. I will give you 2 threat. I am going to swift task and shoot another one, and I think I can spend a momentum to give myself another minor action.
Yes.
I spend 1 momentum, minor action aim, 1 momentum for a third die.
Okay, so
difficulty
it's just difficulty 2 instead of 3.
Yep, exactly. Gonna re-roll that 0.
Okay. 1 momentum gained. Roll your challenge dice. Yep, and he goes down to, or it goes down to.
Yep.
Nice.
All right.
This is Osborne. He fires from the hip. He fires fast.
goes back to them.
Yeah.
So you see a shot go wide of the thruster setup, and it goes back to you guys. And
Who
that shot came from over here.
who other than me has good?
That shot came from over here.
Oh no!
So it goes back to you guys.
Grapplers could probably go.
Okay,
And you
so
hear shouting in some sort of alien tongue that actually your universal translators and the communicators, after a moment's hesitation, render as murderers.
Oh no!
who wants to call in an orbital bombardment from the saucer?
Who is going? It's y'all's turn.
I mean, going call an orbital bombardment.
Okay, Sorrel, you're playing a character. If you want to do something, just tell me.
I'm just asking you, would that? I'm asking you, would that be fine if I go and do that?
So are you contacting the ship and requesting an orbital bombardment?
Yeah.
Well, go ahead.
But because what Harrison said, I will. Should I still?
The response is going to be you're too close.
We're down here. We have equipment down here.
True.
Need this area not really to be a crater right now.
I won't.
If
All
I'm
right,
on the
so
planet,
somebody needs to go.
Because then it would be on my call to order any kind of strike like that.
All right, Agrapagos is going to go. She's going to move here.
Okay.
And if I'm still able to move, I'm going to shoot over here.
Yeah, you can. And I'll give you partial cover there.
That's why I moved there.
There's a momentum if you want to spend it for an extra miner to aim.
Let's see, it's 13. Yeah, I might as well. I'll re-roll. Nice.
Okay. Roll your damage.
Oh, there is no weapons on here. What's a phaser 2?
Phase pistol is 3 with charge.
All right,
well,
so
no, you don't have charge with a phase pistol. Yeah.
5 challenge dice.
Yep.
Ugh, okay.
Could be better, could be worse.
All right, you hit it, but it does not go down. All right, goes back to them. Let's see who fought. He fired last time, so. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, can everybody see that bar now?
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, a disruptor blast smacks into the ion thruster, and it's back to you guys.
Oh, joy.
I want.
Okay. Harrison is going to calm the ship and inform them that we have living contacts that do not appear robotic. I'm assuming they don't appear robotic.
No, they don't.
So he's calming the ship to inform the captain of this new development.
Olos, your communicator beeps. It's one of your team leaders. Sir, we're taking fire. We're pinned down from another point in the planet.
You just gonna come back. You can't just get if the doctor hears it, he just says to Captain, I told you probably should have scanned for life signs.
We did.
I'm gonna tell him to hang tight and return
We
fire.
scanned his shield. There we go.
There are some in this area. I want to move that direction.
Okay.
One moment, I'm getting a phone call. Sorry about that.
It's okay.
I want to call out to them that they have been attacking us.
It shouts something back at you, but the universal translator just kind of bleeps it for some reason. Not like bleep censored, but it, basically untranslatable.
Doesn't recognize it.
Right.
I'm going to aim my weapon at them and just call out to them to stand down. I'm going to hang on to that notion for just a moment.
Okay. You want to keep the initiative, or?
I'm going to pass after that, after telling them to stand down and holding my ground.
Okay.
Can I guess I'm always goes and fly.
It passes back to them unless because you guys don't have a way to.
Keep that.
Yeah. Oof.
Let me guess, it explodes in the hand, killing them?
No.
And the third one fires, and its disruptor bolt blasts into the now badly damaged engine, and it passes back to you guys. Yeah, it doesn't explode in his hand, but you do see the alien, kind of shake the thing and then kind of duck back down.
I want it to be like it explodes in his hand, killing him.
Well, that's not what happens. So who's next?
I can't really say what happens there.
Yeah. It would be funny if that's what happened.
Since I haven't actually done anything for a while, I'd like to go next.
Okay, sure.
First thing, Harrison's going to call up to the ship, give them what's going on.
Okay, go ahead and roleplay that out with the captain if you want.
Captain, this is Harrison. We have new developments on the surface.
Go ahead.
There are life signs on the planetoid.
Why didn't
And
we
they
detect those?
My nearest guess is that we couldn't detect them due to their shielding.
I'm gonna tell Merrick to trying to hail.
Okay, we will flash back up to the bridge.
With that, this after everything goes down, I just go back up to the bridge.
It's okay. Merrick, your hail is actually accepted. And on screen, an entity appears. Have and it's
Can you translate that, Merrick?
Attempting to do so, sir.
Control engineering difficulty 3, assisted by ship's computers engineering.
I get it.
What?
They know linguistics for focus.
Yeah. What was that, Sorrel?
Never mind.
Take a threat.
Okay. Oh, nicely done. So 2 momentum gained. I was killer of children. What do you want now?
I am Captain Vogel of the starship Aurora. Who may I say that I'm speaking with?
The one who will hunt you and your kind down across the galaxy until you are no more.
Oh, fuck.
You refer to us as murders of children. What do you mean by that?
Your weapon killed almost all of us. All the embryos in storage, our entire genetic seed bank. Fortunately, we had hardened systems around our stasis chambers. There are enough of us left to wipe you from the face of the universe.
We had no idea that there were actually life forms down here. What we were reacting to were the robots that attacked us and threatened an entire populated system.
You had no idea? Did you bother to check?
Yes.
Or did you just exterminate my entire species?
We have tried numerous times to communicate with these robots, but all they responded with was either attacks or more threats. Something about purging.
Something about what?
Purging. I think I remember them saying something like that.
No, they were going to take back the
We're
system.
going to colonize the already inhabited systems.
Yep.
Yeah, claiming for the builders.
Claiming for the Kilkin, not necessarily.
Nonetheless,
They also refer to them as the builders.
our future may be dead, but there are enough of us left to wipe your people from the planet Vogel. From the galaxy Vogel.
Surely there must be some solution that we could come up.
He turns and holds up grabs this kind of rack with these circular globes on it, each of which has some kind of like discolored liquid. He says, he says, "These were the embryos of my people. They are dead. Make your excuses to them. I will not hear it." And he cuts communications.
Captain, we probably should get the freak out. I don't.
Beam our away teams back.
Okay, there's not really an engineer on board, so that's going to be.
I really just want this to end, so just beam them back.
Yeah, we only have like 20 minutes. Not enough time to wrap any.
Functional
This
shuttlecraft.
this
We can
really
just fly off.
this episode really needed to end like an hour ago, to be honest.
All right. So yeah, you all beam aboard.
Captain. Destroy planet.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for playing. I probably will run some one-shots and stuff here to there in the future, but like I say, this wraps up the Dawn of the Federation game. I do hope that you had some fun along the way. Sorry we have to call it quits, but like I said, I've got some stuff coming up that I just need to be able to pay a little bit more attention to than I have been lately. I do once again thank you.
Yeah, I had fun